NFL Primetime. Let the games begin. It's playoff time, y'all, and only the strong survive. Heavyweights trading blows for the second straight week. Can McNabb and the boys deliver the knockout punch, or will Tampa hang on and stagger into the next round? Raider Nation looks to chop down the Green Monster. Can the Jets resort to the friendly skies, or will all flights be canceled in Oaktown? Find out next on NFL Primetime.
NFL Primetime is presented by Miller Lite. Primetime is Miller time.
Holla, Saturday edition of NFL Primetime. Tom Jackson, Stuart Scott, Chris Berman has ABC duty, so we're doing it, holding it down, doing it like we do it. 6 days ago, it was Jets Raiders, Bucs Eagles. Today, Jets Raiders, Bucs Eagles. TJ, with a whole lot more important.
Yeah, certainly we saw playoff intensity. We knew that the play intensity-wise would be raised a couple of levels. We saw that today in both football games. And then I think home field advantage, which didn't mean a lot during the season, means a lot during the playoffs.
How much does it mean to the Bucs? Bucs have never won a road playoff game. Bucs trying to save a season and maybe trying to save a coach. Here we go. Tony Dungy, job on the line maybe. Last year had a first-round loss to Philly. Warren Sapp ran to the field without his shirt before the game. Donovan McNabb's shirt might have an S on it, TJ. Eagles' first possession. If he has an S, Dexter Jackson must have been kryptonite. Bucs led the NFC in interceptions. With that pick, they'd get a field goal. Eagles' next drive down 3-zip. McNabb, Tommy, can I get a little bit?
McNabb here coming out of the pocket, and you can see this is the thing you can't prepare for defensively. His athleticism, his ability to use his legs to get down the field and make big plays.
Did it all year, averaged 5.9 yards a carry. They settled for a field goal to tie it at 3. Next possession, can't get away. Simeon Rice schooled Trey Thomas for the sack. Rice 2 sacks in the game. He led the team with 11. Next Eagles possession, TJ, different story.
Yeah, Simeon Rice on Trey Thomas, and look at the job that Trey Thomas does protecting Donovan McNabb, giving him at least 5 seconds to find a lane. Donovan steps up, throws the ball to Pinkston, Todd Pinkston with a big play, 43 yards down the field inside the 20-yard line.
2 plays later, Donovan rolling out, getting his hook on with Chad Lewis. Money. McNabb, 25 touchdown passes during the regular season. Eagles up 10-3. Late in the half, up 10-6. 3rd and 5 from the Tampa 26. McNabb keeps it on the draw. Tommy, this kid is just off the hook. 4 carries, 57 yards rushing. 3 plays later, 3rd and 13. McNabb swings to Deuce Staley. Holla to the house. He tied for the team lead with 63 catches. Great downfield blocking, TJ.
Yeah, outstanding pass by McNabb. Gives Deuce the ball where he can run with it. Freddie Mitchell inside, Hank Fraley the center outside, and a great job inside the 5 by Deuce himself.
John Welborn and Warren Sapp during the play into it. That was not the extra point kick. It was up and out. Personal foul assessed on the kickoff. TJ, what was up with the Bucs' red zone offense in the first half?
We knew that one of the big plays for the Buccaneers was going to be the screen to Warwick Dunn. The Eagles did a great job out in space when they had one-on-one situations of getting Dunn down on the ground near Jeremiah Trotter. And again, Allstott right here up the middle. This is on a 3rd down, a 2nd down and 15. And then this is 3rd down and 5 here again. The swing to Warwick Dunn out in space, and a great job of tackling by the defense of the Philadelphia Eagles.
And set up another field goal late in the half. Johnson to Johnson. Brad to Key. Key caught 106 passes during the year, 3 for 75 yards in this game, 46 yards on the play. Meanwhile, on the sidelines, kicker Martin Gramatica. He slipped while practicing into the net. He hurt himself. Gramatica, Hernica. The Bucs have time for one more play. Instead of going to the end zone, Johnson instead will dump it off to Allstott, who gained 4 yards out of bounds. Eagles, 190 first-half yards. McNabb accounted for 161 of them. 2 seconds left, though. Here comes Gramatica. Tommy, if he hits you, don't. Tell him don't jump up, Tony. Don't. Okay, don't celebrate, brother. Just, all right, there you go. Just give a pound and then get off. Eagles up 17-9 in recess. 3rd quarter, Bucs first possession. Johnson pressured, throws it up for grabs. Damon Moore, play-a-hating. Moore only had 2 picks all year. That killed that drive. Later in the 3rd, Coral Buckhalter. Backup running back, he averaged more yards per carry than Deuce Staley. But shizzle right through the Buck defense. Eagles up 24-9. TJ, the middle was like crazy open.
Yeah, you watch Thrash here to the top of the screen. He's going to come in motion. You're going to see Singleton, the linebacker, bite on that action, open up the hole to the backside. Buckhalter a great job of what we call backdooring the play and getting himself into the end zone.
And running over kids. Bucs next possession, Johnson to the end zone. Troy Vincent, 3 picks during the year. Y'all got to give me that. TJ, he looked like a wideout with an over-the-shoulder catch.
Yeah, so often we see defenders not look back for the football. This ball slightly underthrown, but a great job of focusing on the ball by Troy Vincent and a great catch by a DB.
Fourth quarter, Bucs still down. Johnson throws down the sideline. Just play headed on by Brian Dawkins. Johnson completed passes to 7 different Bucs and 3 different Eagles, TJ. That was great work right here.
Great call by the officials. Watch Dawkins. He looks down, looks where the line is. Would have come down inbounds had he not been pushed out. Again, a good call by the officials.
So Bucs next possession, Johnson again. Damon Moore play-a-hating again. Damon to the house, a house that opens up and gives him a whole lot of love. Moore, 2 picks for 2 yards in the regular season, 2 picks for 59 yards and a touchdown in this game for the 2nd straight year. Donovan McNabb and the Eagles just removed Tampa Bay from the post. Oh, slow down, D. D, slow down. All right, brother. I hear you, player. Eagles over the Bucs, 31-9. Donovan McNabb, 16 of 25, 194 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. He was sacked 3 times. He was picked once. Didn't matter. He also had that 57 yards rushing. Buckhalter, 55 yards rushing. Chad Lewis, 4 catches, 60 yards. Deuce Staley, 2 catches, 27 yards. Brad Johnson threw the ball 36 times, only 202 yards of passing yards. Warwick Dunn, 11 rushes, 29 yards. Just not a good day for the Bucs. After the game, a couple of Philadelphia Eagle QBs, 1 past, 1 present, Jaws and D. McNabb.
Thank you very much, Donovan. Most people thought it would be a dogfight for 60 minutes. It was over early. Are you surprised?
I wouldn't say that it was over early. We still had to continue to fight. Everything went well for us on the offensive side of the ball as well as defense. So I think it was a total team effort. People said that they were coming here fired up. You know, it was a little warmer than, you know, people said it would be, but yet still it was a great total team effort by us.
When the defense is playing as well as it was, could you see it on the sideline that you could be maybe a little more aggressive and take your shots down the field?
Oh, definitely, definitely. You know, they're a very tough defense, and to see our defense out there playing as well as they did, I knew that we could be a little bit more aggressive going downfield.
All right, you get an opportunity to go home to Chicago. Are you excited?
I'm very excited. Everybody back home in Chicago be awaiting this opportunity. My record right now is 2-0 at Soldier Field, so hopefully we can improve on that.
All right, Donovan, congratulations. Back to the studio.
Thanks, guys. Joy, which is Donovan, and Pain, which is the Bucs. Their last 3 years, they've made the playoffs, TJ, but check this out. See all those field goals they've had in the playoff games? They have not scored a touchdown in their last 3 playoff games, and they've had 7 turnovers during that time. Tony Dungy, not good. After the game, Keyshawn Johnson, ticked, I think, would be an understatement.
You gotta play. You gotta want to be good. You gotta wanna make plays. You gotta wanna do those things. You know, and it's very evident out there that there wasn't a lot of people out there trying to do that.
Keyshawn, what do you think is cooked up next year?
I have no idea. I don't control that.
Are you worried about it?
No, I'm not worried about it at all. Because if he's the coach here next year, I know one thing. He better get people in here who gonna play for him and not just run their mouth. I know that much. And if he's not, then wherever he goes, he better get some people in there. Let's go. Because the guy that they talking about coming in, he ain't gonna put up with this shit, period. He ain't gonna put up with it. And if that's the truth, if he's coming here, he ain't gonna put up with it. You know, and if not, Coach Dungy better get some guys who's gonna play for him and play for him fast and not lay down.
I'm not going to speculate that, you know, we'll get into that. We don't need a funeral here. You know, we can talk about Philadelphia and talk about the game and that, but to get into speculation is not the reason to be here.
Whew! Some interesting words by Keyshawn Johnson after the game. Now, the Eagles played a great game, and we will get to that, but we first got to deal with Tony Dungy. Before the game, reports came out that if he lost this game, he would lose his job, and Bill Parcells would come in. Parcells is the guy that Keyshawn was referring to. Dungy is the 2nd winningest coach in the NFC over the last 3 years. He wins. Is it fair that he might be on the verge of losing his job?
Well, certainly that's a decision for the hierarchy of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but we all know as well as Tony does that the nature of the beast in the NFL is not only winning, but eventually winning the Super Bowl. He was a victim in his own way of his own success. But I think certainly you have to think about the players. At the beginning of the year, Warren Sapp said if we don't get to the Super Bowl, then we should all be fired. And I think the pressure was on from that point forward. And then when you look at the performance of that football team today, when the coach's job was on the line, when they said they wanted to keep him there, they played an atrocious football game. It was an exclamation mark behind the possibility, and I say possibility, that Tony Dungy may no longer be their coach.
The caveat, if he goes, he's probably going to be coaching somewhere else real soon.
Yes.
In this game, last year, same field, same round of the playoffs, Bucs get dropped again. Last 2 years, a combined score of 52 to 10. The Eagles got better.
Well, the Eagles got better, and I think the Bucs got worse. I think when you look at the Eagles' performance, certainly they start with a great quarterback in Donovan McNabb, a guy who has the ability to improvise and do things that you can't prepare for defensively. But it's hard to find one area in which the Eagles were not better than the Buccaneers, whether it was pass protection, the ability to run the ball, the ability to defend the run, whether it was rushing the passer, the special teams, every area they played better. And I think that certainly had to be the key. But when you look more specifically at the Buccaneers and the things that they have suffered through this year, I think it was a microcosm of their season. You can't go into the game and throw interceptions. The Bucs threw the ball as much as any team in the league this year. Actually, they threw the second most passes in the league this year. 592 pass attempts. The TDs, 13. Today, that was a microcosm of that. 36 pass attempts, no touchdowns. And I think their best player offensively, Keyshawn Johnson, when you start thinking about his day, it looks just like that. His year, he caught 106 passes. He caught 1 touchdown. It's hard to believe.
Bucs played so bad I shortchanged him some points. Actually, the final score was 52 to 12. The Eagles now go to Chicago. How do you see that game next week?
Well, I think certainly it begins with having some balance, and we have to see if, in fact, they will be able to run the ball as well against the Bears as they did against the Bucs. And let's remember, that's a different beast in Chicago.
That's a whole different beast. Chicago, #1 ranked run defense in the NFC. Coming up next on NFL Primetime, our other game, Rich Gannon and Tim Brown. I think both of them are like 63 years old. You wouldn't know it from this game. Stay with us. We're rolling back in that his house with more highlights.
NFL Primetime is presented by Miller Lite. Grab a Miller Lite. It's Miller time.
Our second game, the Jets and Raiders for the second time in 6 games. The Black Hole fans, that's scary. One Jet player said, quote, they're nasty. They say X-rated stuff, prison stuff. Herman Edwards said last week his boys said all the X-rated stuff right back to him. John Gruden and his scowl. First quarter, John Hall, who won it last week with a 53-yarder, 45-yarder, my bad. Raiders up 3-zip. Raiders ensuing possession. Rich Gannon tells Jerry Rice, holla at me, Jay Rice. Rice, 24 career playoff games, 24 straight playoff games with at least 1 catch. Same drive, Sebastian Janikowski comes on to kick a field goal. Tommy, that, what's that called? Sell you what?
Cellulitis.
And it's hurting him, right? I think your sell you whatever is okay. 6-zip Raiders, second quarter. Jets by 3. John Abraham, 13 sacks this year on the bench, not feeling well. Raiders 3rd and 19. Gannon, screen pass over the middle to Randy Jordan. Rich Gannon was the truth in this game. 23 of 29 passing. That set up another Janikowski field goal. 9-3 Raiders. On the next kickoff, bouncing kick, Tommy, Chad Morton says you're going to bounce it.
This happens oftentimes. You drop the ball, the lanes collapse for the team that's coming down to cover. Morton, a great job here of getting through the first wave, getting downfield, bringing the ball across the 50. Good field position for the Jets.
Jets possession, Vinny to Curtis Martin. Boomer's not here, but I'll give it to you anyway. My favorite Martin. 16 carries, 106 yards, second leading rusher in the NFL this year. Same drive. John Hall, 41-yard field goal attempt, blocked by Anthony Dorsett. Yes. Dorsett Jr. 2:30 left in the half. Gannon hands off to Charlie Garner. I ain't gonna say nothing, TJ, but this ain't right.
Well, Charlie Garner did a great job today of hitting the holes on time. I thought he did it all day, and he actually got stronger as the game went on.
Averaging more than 10 yards per carry in the game. Raiders 3rd and goal. Granted, complete to Tim Brown, the guy with 95 career touchdown catches. Gruden likes what he sees. Tommy, the guy has 100 career touchdowns, period. You would think maybe cover him? Maybe?
Well, I think as you take a look here, watch Aaron Glenn, Damian Robinson. You see Tim Brown right there, split them. They both let him go. This is a guy headed to the Hall of Fame. He gets to the back of the end zone for as easy a score as he's going to get in the playoffs.
One Hall of Famer to another. Third quarter, Testaverde completes a pass to the sliding Wayne Corbett from Hofstra. Take another look. Corbett, trouble handing onto the ball, still makes the catch. Same drive. Corbett only had one touchdown catch all year. Silk, satin, so smooth. Point after good, Jets down 16-10. 1:40 left in the third. Testaverde pass outside to Richie Anderson. TJ, what happens here?
Yeah, Richie Anderson turns up right here, and a great job of stripping the ball out right there. Raiders got it just before he got the ball down, and I think that's Grady Jackson with the football.
Raiders possession, a minute left in the third. Gannon finds Jerry Rice. 24 career postseason games. He's gone over 100 yards receiving in 8 of them. That game, 47 yards. Fourth quarter, Raiders second and goal. Gannon hands off to Zach Crockett. Doesn't play a whole lot except when it comes to the end zone. 2-yard score, Zach. 6 rushing touchdowns. Anderson not happy with himself. Zach, 6 rushing touchdowns during the regular season. Raiders get the 2-point conversion. Jets now down 24-10. Herman Edwards goes on forward on 4th and goal. Testaverde, and gets Richie redeemed himself. Anderson with a 3-yard touchdown. Raiders next drive, Gannon finds Jerry Rice again. All-time leader in catches, yards, touchdowns. Playoff catches, yards, touchdowns. Same drive, TJ.
The thing you notice, Stu, about all of these throws is the fact that there is no pressure on Rich Gannon. It's pitch and catch, he and Jerry Rice.
Take another look. He beats Aaron Glenn right here. Fake that slant, Tommy. Woohoo, y'all got to give me that. Jerry Rice, the only man with 20,000 career receiving yards. Jets next possession, 4th and 1. Testaverde pitches to Lamont Jordan. Trying to get to that marker. Gets there and more. Later, another 4th down, 4th and 3. Not 4th and goal, but 4th and 3. Wayne Corbett for shizzle. 1 touchdown catch in the regular season, 2 touchdown catches in this game. Jets down 31-24. Instead of the onside kick, Tommy, you said they should have gone onside. They kick it deep to Tim Brown, hoping to stop the Raiders with 2 timeouts. 1:40 left in the fourth. Raiders 3rd and 11. They stopped them going up the middle. Charlie Garner outside is cool as the other side of the pillow. 80 yards to the house. Tied for the 2nd longest postseason touchdown run ever, Tommy.
It's a great job of play calling by the Raiders. The first 2 plays in this series were plays up the middle of the football field. They got the Jets thinking that the play was going to be in the middle of the field. They run a great toss here, and we're going to focus here on Timmy Brown. Timmy Brown with the block right there. This is only a hold if it gets called. And right there, no hold. Clear a nice lane for Charlie Garner.
We didn't really see that jersey being held, did we? All water, under or over the bridge, however way you look at it. The Jets had not beaten the Raiders in Oakland in 40 years before last week. They tried to do it twice in a span of 7 days. They could not do it. Raiders over the Jets 38-24. After the game, Andre Kramer caught up with all the guys, the Hall of Famers, the quarterback, all the big guns, but a silver and black.
Rich, where has this offense been?
I don't know, but it feels good to kind of get the cobwebs out. I tell you, I think we really started off good and fast. The tempo was very good, and you know, Jerry and Timmy got rolling, and Charlie, and I think that was a difference tonight.
Talk about the tempo. You started out the first drive with the no huddle. Why was that? What were you trying to get the Jets to do?
Well, I don't think it was so much that. I think John and Bill Callahan talked about it. How can we jumpstart this offense, kind of get the tempo improved, and that was a great way to do it. And you know, maybe we should consider more of that.
I'm just like a little kid. I'm still having fun, you know. When everything is on the line, you know, I want the ball. Tim Brown, you know, he feels the same way. And I think we just go out there and we play hard and we try to make plays.
Skinny post for 47 yards. How were you able to exploit them downfield?
Well, Rich, you know, he read the defense. He threw the ball in the second hole. And after that, you know, the old man was just trying to get to the end zone. And I think, you know, what's happening with me is just the years of experience. And it shows when it's crunch time.
Jerry Rice, 20 career postseason touchdowns. 3rd on the all-time list. The guy is just unbelievable. I hope they're making a shrine for him in Canton right now. Jerry Rice also, TJ, 183 yards receiving, the second most ever for this round in postseason history. There's a national magazine that has a jinx. They say you put them on the cover and you lose. Our magazine ain't got that jinx.
You get put on that cover, it's a good thing.
Tim Brown, Jerry Rice, both of them touchdowns. Raiders, it's a great game. Raiders just efficient.
Well, contributions from everybody. Charlie Garner, great game by Rich Gannon, 23 of 29. I thought that this team had great balance. 287 passing, 215 rushing the football. But I thought one of the most important things that happened for the Raiders today was the good start by Sebastian Janikowski. He struggled at the end of the season. He comes out, he kicks those first 3 field goals, he gets them on the right track, and then defensively I think they have a few things to worry about, but when that offense is clicking, you see it can be as good as any in the league.
Next week, the Raiders in New England. Yes. Nobody wants to go to New England play. Dangerous team.
Well, I think in terms of game plan, Coach Belichick's game plan just got a little bit more difficult with the game that Jerry Rice had today. You know, Tim Brown, primary receiver, not right now. Maybe it's Jerry Rice.
Tom Brady, 11-3 as a starter. Coming back, we're going to hand out game balls. Donovan McNabb, he deserved it. Troy Vincent deserved it. Mike Allstock had some good runs. Rich Gannon. Hey, who gets our game balls? We're coming back to let you know.
NFL Primetime, presented by Miller Lite.
Stu, my game ball goes to Donovan McNabb. What a marvelous game he had, and you saw his versatility. The rushing yards, 57, and the passing yards, 194.
My game ball, Jerry Rice, 9 catches in this game, 24 career postseason games, 133 career postseason catches, nearly 2,000 postseason receiving yards. Coming up on NFL Primetime, we will preview tomorrow's games. We've got a couple of quarterbacks in one and a couple of ram-tight, hard-nosed defenses in the other.
It's presented by Miller Lite. Grab a Miller Lite. It's Miller time.
Tomorrow, more wild card football begins at Sunday NFL Countdown, 11:30 a.m., not 11. And then TJ and Boom right back here tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Tomorrow's games, Brett Favre, Jeff Garcia in one, both with 32 touchdown passes. And we got a couple of defensive stalwarts in the other.
Yeah, I think when Green Bay plays the 49ers, we're going to see a high-scoring football game. And I think in the other game, Miami and Baltimore, it is going to be a defensive struggle. And you have to remember, even though people say Baltimore won ugly at the end of the season, I think that's just the way they have to play to be successful. Take Elvis out of the equation.
As far as they're concerned, they're rounding into shape.
Yes.
Elvis probably will not throw for 400 yards. For Tommy, I'm Stuart. He'll be back here with Boom on Sunday. See you.
NFL Primetime is a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com.